Something that's been talked about in this ASM 2026 conferences, it keeps coming up on the issue of how difficult it is to develop new antibiotics keeps coming up. And it is. Making new antibiotics is difficult, it's expensive, it takes a long time. So we need alternatives to that strategy. What we're doing at TAXIS with TXA 14007, we can just call it TXA from now on, is that we are finding ways to inhibit one of the main resistance mechanisms that gram-negative pathogens have, and that is efflux pumps. Gram-negative bacteria have these pumps that allow them to expel antibiotics out of the cell, and if the antibiotic is out of the cell, it doesn't work anymore. What we're doing is we're developing efflux pump inhibitors. We call them EPIs, and our lead EPI is really, really good at blocking these efflux pumps, leading to the accumulation of different antibiotics inside the bacteria. In this case, we are talking about azithromycin, and that what that does is that it gives medical doctors prescribing antibiotics to patients, it gives them the ability to find new utilities for existing antibiotics. For example, azithromycin, it's a currently available antibiotic, and thanks to TXA 14007, it would allow doctors to prescribe it for different kinds of treatments that as of now wouldn't be viable because the bacteria are simply not sensitive to this antibiotic. It gives the antibiotic a new use, a new utility. It resurrects the antibiotic. Yes, so preventing resistance, it's a big issue. If you develop a new antibiotic, it might be useful for, let's say, 10 years, but eventually the bacteria will become resistant to it. At TAXIS, what we really concentrate on is fighting resistance. And we're constantly paying attention so that all of our proposed future therapies do not allow the emergence of resistance or fight it as best as possible. We're very happy to see that the TXA 14007 and azithromycin combination not only increases the activity of azithromycin, but it lowers, or in some cases eliminates, the emergence of resistance. And what that means is that you're not simply moving the problem away down in time to the next generation and let them solve the issue of antimicrobial resistance. You're taking care of it right now. Sure. So we've established proof of concept in that this technology can enhance the activity of azithromycin, that it can be useful in an animal model to take care of an infection of a gram-negative bacteria. So we're very happy with that. What we want to do now is get closer to phase 1 clinical trials. So we want to move on to a development-ready package. And what that means is testing if our EPIs can potentiate other gram-negatives, for example, Klebsiella pneumoniae, Acinetobacter baumannii. We want to see if we want to find the optimal dose to do the experiments in, and of course confirm the PK/PD once an optimal dose is found. And we also want to test our EPIs in other infection models. The data that we're talking about here was done in soft tissue. We want to see if in a lung infection model, if it can be efficacious as well, if our EPI can potentiate azithromycin in other parts of the body. And that's huge because that means that you could use azithromycin at the clinic to fight hospital-acquired pneumonia, ventilator-acquired pneumonia, things that azithromycin cannot currently be used for. And as well, and also we want to do safety studies, the necessary safety and toxicology studies that allow you to go into phase 1 clinical trials.